W6DQ, W7MS, of course, Mike and Reno. Well, good afternoon, good evening to the fellow folks here on 3895 as we take our journey into Collins nostalgia. And so we will see. But of course, hello, Andy, Max, Wayne. Great to hear Wayne. We'll get an update on his recovery progress, and Ron there up in the Redwoods. So over to you, Andy, on the Sun Air GSB 900DX, sounded fantastic. KD6TKX W7MS.
All right, thank you, Mike. W7MS KD6TKX. Andy at Curry Mountain with great signals here. Everybody's just blasting in. And as Mike mentioned, I'm running the Sun Air GSB 900DX. Not Collins, so I apologize. I don't usually do it as far as if it's a Collins net. Usually I'm on a Collins, but tonight just got other things going. I'm also running an amplifier after that, so hopefully it's loud enough to be heard. But given the way I'm hearing signals so far, it's probably going to be a nice night for propagation. So out to Darwin, KJ6HN, KD6TKX.
Alrighty then, KJ6HN here. Excuse me. Throat clearing process. Yeah, so this is Max out of Darwin, and wow, such lovely weather we've been having. It's been in the mid 70s. I think we got up to 78 degrees today, something like that. And in June, are you kidding me? This is amazing. Of course, it's probably going to get hotter later, but for right now, it's really, really pleasant. And let's see what else is going on. Still working out the kinks with our tiny town Darwin water treatment system. I'm pretty much the official plant operator. I've learned more about how it works than anybody else in town. So I'm the go-to guy as far as that goes. And it's keeping me here. And I really need to get back down to my house in Simi Valley. Let's see, the last time I was there was like the middle of February. March, April, May, June. So it's been like 4 months. And that's a long stretch for me. So anyway, that's what's going on in my world. And let's see, I think I handed over to Wayne, KB60QJ, KJ6HN in the group.
Okay, thanks, Max. Thanks for taking on that tonight, guys. Hi, Mike, and see who else is under Andy. So, yeah, this is Wayne, KJ6OQJ up at Continent. And, getting everybody okay so far. Band's a little bit noisy, but okay, I can copy everybody 100%. So far, kind of a small list, guys, but last week was 2. I think we only had about maybe 7 or something like that. But we had fun. Okay, I guess you want me to turn over to Ron. So Ron, W6RBJ, KB6OQJ.
Fine business, Wayne. KB60QJ in the group, W6RBJ up in Fortuna, California. Well, I'm jealous of all the nice weather. We've had overcast clouds and actually kind of cold today. I'm talking wearing a coat outside with a long sleeve shirt. So, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Signals are good tonight, though, I must say. After the noise levels that we had the last little while, my noise level is down around S1 or 2, and so we've got signal strengths anywhere from S6 to 10 over, but everybody is just an armchair copy, so it's a pleasure out here. So don't want to hold it too long while we're doing this preacher stuff, so I'll send it on back over to you, Dennis, and see what's cooking. W6DQ and the group, W6RBJ.
Okay, Ron, very good. Oh, you're sounding good. Everybody's sounding great. And I was going to make a comment. What was my comment? I don't remember now. Oh, I know what it was. I was going to say, Wayne, thank you for running the net last week. We were in your neighborhood, but it didn't get a chance to get on the air. So I wanted to thank you for doing that swapping. So that was cool. And I hear Lisa coming in the door. She's heading over. So anyway, let's see if there's anybody else who'd like to check in. This is W6DQ looking for check-ins for the Friday Night Collins net. Come now.
William 6, Mike, Victor, Mike.
Well, W6MPM. Good evening, Mike. How are you this evening?
Oh, we're doing good.
got a beautiful day up here in the foothills. I'm in Sonora at the ranch running the 1959 32S1, 75S1, with an old beat-up Vietnam War 30L1. As usual, D104 mic, and nice and sunny out most of the day. Beautiful day, no coat day. Got a lot done, and good to hear you on, Dennis. W6DQ, W6MDM.
All right, Mike, very good. Well, I got another check-in here. Go ahead.
Kilo, Foxtrot 6, Quebec, November, Golf.
All right, thanks, Lisa. KF6QNG. You want to say anything to the boys?
Good evening. Looking forward to the net tonight. So hope everyone's doing well. Back to Dennis. W6DQ.
Okay. Yeah, you know, we had a great day here. Mike, you're mentioning temperatures. It got up to 89 degrees here, and that was pretty amazing. Actually, almost 90. It just fell short of 90 degrees, and we spent some of that time outside working and got a little warm out there, but got a lot of work done getting ready for field day. We've got the club has a tower trailer that we were working on here at the house, greasing up all the mechanisms, the winches and all that, because there's 2 winches on it, and the levelers and all that stuff. We're greasing up the wheel bearings and all that. So it behaves like a brand new tower trailer. It's unbelievable. We really fought that thing last year, but anyway. Let's see if there's anybody else who'd like to join us. This is W6DQ looking for check-ins for the Friday night Collins Net. Please come now. All right, Mel, gotcha. WA6JBD. How are things down your way? Is good news. Awesome, my friend. That is, I think you've been waiting for that for a while, so congratulations on getting in there to the leisure life. That'll go so fast, let me tell you. That's cool. Good evening, Skip. I got you on the list, and I'm going to go ahead and start the net here. Good evening, all. Hang on one second. Now, before I start, let's see if there's anybody else. I got you, Skip. Is there anyone else out there? Not hearing anybody. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. It is that time coming up in a few moments. So I'm just, there it is. Just ticked over 7 o'clock. This is W6DQ, Whiskey 6 Delta, Quebec. My name is Dennis, and my location is the city of Inyokern, California, in the high desert. And I'm going to be your net control station today, or this evening, or this afternoon, or whatever the heck this is. 7 o'clock, it's this evening. There we go. Welcome to the regular Friday evening West Coast edition of the Collins Collectors Association Collins Net. We meet here every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. That's 0200 UTC on Saturday morning to exchange information on Collins radio-related topics. We welcome questions and comments on the restoration and operation of Collins amateur, military, and commercial gear. You don't have to be running Collins equipment to join us. Anyone with an interest in Collins radio is welcome to check in. The purpose of the CCA is to promote preservation, restoration, and use of Collins amateur radio equipment and preserve the history and lore of Collins radio. In addition, we provide a technical and historical information archive for Collins radio information. CCA has been licensed by Rockwell Collins to use images, logos, manuals, and printed materials. And, of course, for more information about the Collins Collectors Association, our forums, activities, services, and how to become a member, please visit our website at www.collinsradio.org. That's Collins Radio, one word, .org. Yeah, great website. Please help our efforts by joining the Collins Collectors Association. And, of course, we're on Zoom tonight. I got Wayne on Zoom, and Lisa and I are here. So if you want to join us on Zoom, just drop me an email. Let me know who you are. No mystery emails, please, and I'll send you the links for getting into Zoom. So real quick, let me see if there's anybody else who would like to join in the fun. I'll stand by. This is W6DQ. Okay, I'm hearing nothing. So one thing I will mention, I've been looking at the lightning maps, and there's some huge thunderstorms out in the Midwest, and like Nebraska and places like that. And I suppose that the propagation is not in yet. We're not hearing it, but I'm sure we'll be hearing some of that before the end of the evening because they are massive electrical storms out there. I was looking at like 360 strikes per minute. The map I was looking at it and going, holy cow, that's a lot of lightning. So anyway, well, let's start this party. Mike, you're up first, W7MS. Send it over to Andy, KD6TKX, and Andy over to Max, KJ6HN, and Max to Wayne, KB6OQJ, and Wayne back to me. So, Mike, take it away. W7MS from W6DQ for the Collins Net.
Well, thank you, Dennis. W6DQ, W7MS. Mike in Reno, and good signals from all. A few crashes out there that are more near field than the Midwest. And weather report, yeah, we've had quite a few. Well, actually, we had a tenth of an inch of rain today, but that occurred around noonish, with very little thunder and lightning activity. So no complaints there because it's been a crapshoot the past couple of weeks on whether, say, I could be here tonight or any operating event that's mid to late afternoon into the evening due to safety considerations. And it's just annoying listening to all those crashes. But hello, Lisa. Hello, Mike. And hello, Mel, as recent joiner-uppers. Tonight running the usual stuff, the Rockwell Collins HF 380. And that is hosed up to my throttled back, home-built GU84B Soviet tubed amplifier, running about 1,000 watts out with its, I don't know. Maybe we'll take the 3 dB attenuator out here in a moment or two, but probably not. But great to hear Max back on the radio. Wayne sounding great. Ron doing really well. S9 plus 10, a really good signal. Mike in Sonora. Lisa's walked into the operating position. Congratulations. And Mel is a little bit on the light side, but I'm sure he'll be picking up as things progress forward in time. So with that, Andy, great to hear the Sun Air on tonight. GSB 900DX is doing great. And over to you, KD6TKX, W7MS.
Okay, thanks, Mike. W7MS and the Collins Collectors Group. This is Kilowatt Delta 6, Tango Kilo X-Ray. Andy at Curry Mountain, California, which is approximately 100 miles southeast of Monterey, about 80 miles southwest of Fresno, in the middle of nowhere by choice. And beautiful day out here today. A little humid, got some thunder clouds around, but nothing happening like weather, just a little bit of humidity. So no complaints. And as Mike mentioned, running my Sun Air GSB 900DX. Apologize for not running the Collins stuff tonight, but I'm over at the bench working on something, and this was right in front of me, so I decided to put it on. And I'm running a SB220 amplifier after it, so put a little juice on it, and hopefully it's getting through okay. Great signals here from everyone so far. Had a really nice time at Brad's Swap, and brought home some goodies, but the best part was hanging out with friends, so really enjoyed it. So out to you, Max, KJ6HN, and the group. This is KD6TKX.
KJ6HN. Max, are you there? It's your turn.
Yeah, thanks, Dennis. KJ6HN here. I was just busy opening up all the windows in this house. Temperature is now 74 degrees, and I'm letting all that nice cool air in at 77 inside. And the swamp cooler never came on today. It's controlled by a thermostat. Let's see, did I get my ID? KJ6HN. And so anyway, that's what I was doing. So kind of a hop, skip, and jump to the radio station. So tonight, the usual suspects, the Signal 1 mil-spec transceiver and the Alpha 77SX amplifier, and doggone it, I told myself earlier in the week I really need to get my S-line wired up to output into the 77SX and get out that way, but I didn't do it. It takes a while, all those control cables and so on. I mean, if you've got a Collins S-line station, you know the drill. So I didn't do it, but I really want to do it, and I will do it. Don't know when, maybe in a few days. So let's see, I gave you the weather forecast today, and the station I'm using, and let's see, who was it that said, I've been guilty of not taking really good notes. Was it Andy who said something about the temperature? And I got to tell you, right now we're like in the second week of June, and this is really unseasonably cool weather. No doubt the heat will come later this summer, but for right now it is just so pleasant outside and inside, and everybody in this teeny tiny town of Darwin, all 38 residents, are just loving the weather. It's really, really great. So let's see what else is happening in my world. Water treatment plant here in Darwin, I'm still a slave to it, and it's the whole ordeal. I won't go into the details, but the whole ordeal should have been over like 3 months ago, but it's just dragging on and on and on. I'm longing to get back to my other house in Simi Valley, and I can't get there because every 3 or 4 or 5 days something comes up here. I need to get on a Zoom conference call or Microsoft Teams call or something like that, and I'm sure at some point it will all end. But anyway, the water treatment plant is working as advertised, just like it's supposed to do, but we have a really low flow into town. That's really the critical issue. We're getting between 2.5 to 3.5 gallons per minute for 38 residents, and basically we are just a hair above bringing in from the spring what we're consuming. And fortunately, nobody has left a hose running. Hopefully everybody has replaced any leaky toilet flapper valves and so on and so forth. So I can see the water tank levels from my kitchen window, and I look at them every morning with my binoculars to see how many feet are in the raw water tank and the treated water tank. And I got to tell you, we're just skating by. If anybody leaves the hose running or anything, we'll be in deep doo-doo. So I guess that's the news for now. And I'll send it over to my comments there. And I'll send it over to Wayne, KB6OQJ, and Santa Ynez from KJ6HN in the group.
Okay, thanks, Max. Yeah, pretty good copy. There's a fair, like I said, there's a fair amount of band noise, but I was able to copy everybody. And got my KSS speaker. So yeah, this sounds like a good net. Short net tonight too. Short group so far. Maybe we'll pick up some more. Seems like it's been short the last 2 or 3 times. Short list last times I've been on. And now today I'm running the KWM2A with a 3001 amplifier, and it burns me up 50 feet. And that side turns me to mic. So yeah, I guess the big news here is the weather too. It's just been we had maybe about a little over 1/8 of an inch of rain was a couple of 3 days ago. I think that's the first rain we've had in June in decades. So, of course, it happened just after I finished getting about half the weeds in the back South 40 mode. So, guess I did that too strong. Let's see, things are getting hard. But yeah, Dennis, you know, I gave some thought to trying to get up to the AMI barbecue because I haven't been there in a while. But just, you know, walking up, I wasn't sure what the parking would be, and if I had to walk up that road at all, that would have been the end of it for now. Maybe next year. Because I haven't seen many of the guys in a long, long time. Let's see, nothing else really going on. Oh, just to mention that my, still trying to sell my 30S1, and I've kind of decided to sell my 75A4, so if anybody's interested, just email me to my QRZ email address. But just playing with the idea of 75A4, but if somebody's interested in it, I'll really go ahead and sell it, because I started getting rid of some of the stuff. It's getting too heavy for me to move around and work on. So anyhow, I guess I turn it back to you this time, Dennis. So W6DQ, 86
Okay, Wayne, very good. Good signals. Here we go. Yeah, the KB6OQJ and the Collins Net W6DQ. Yeah, well, you missed a good event. It was a smaller group than years past, but we had a lot of fun, and a couple of new folks there that I've never met before, which was kind of cool. And just a smaller crowd. A couple of the regulars were not there. Folks like Dave, WJ6W, and of course Wayne and Sharon, who were on the, well, they'd been on the road and they were just too exhausted, and they didn't make it. So they actually came home early from their trip out to Texas and Wisconsin. I'd had a chance to talk to Wayne a couple of days ago. We chatted a little bit. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I actually sold a piece of equipment for a change. I sold that Gates mixer that I had, the Gates Yard. I'm wanting to get rid of that. It's just taking up space. After I got the 212 B2 working, I just wanted to get rid of the Gates. It's just been sitting in the back room, so it went away. We're running the KWM 380 tonight and the Alpha 87 out to the horizontal loop. And yeah, we're peaking, getting peaks up at legal limit, thereabouts, give or take a few watts. So that's working well, and it's been working well all the way around. Hey, I got the 10-meter Yagi up in the air now, and got the tower cranked up almost all the way. I do a little bit of it every day. It's a little. I'm getting too old to crank towers up and down. I got to get a winch, electric winch on there. That's the next project. But yeah, that thing works really well. So I got the other tower down now. We'll be taking the antennas off of that one and putting the 20-meter Yagi on that one, and putting the 6-meter Yagi back up, and have those guys on the air. And I've got a couple more antennas to put up on a couple of more towers, but that's coming along, so I'm really happy to see that. Let me take a quick break, see if there's anybody else who would like to join us. This is W6DQ, looking for any check-ins for the Friday Night Collins Net. Please come now. Nothing heard, nothing seen. Okay, well, let's go to the next group. I'll just do the next group of 4, and starting out with Ron, W6RBJ. Please give it to Mike, W6MVM. Mike, give it to Lisa, KF6QNG. And Lisa, give it to Mel, WA6JBD, with his great news there, coming quick. Then Mel, just give it back to me. So, Ron, take it away, W6RBJ from W6DQ.
Very fine business, Dennis. W6DQ and the Collins Net, W6RBJ. Well, I have to admit that I'm turning a little green with envy. We tend to wait for summer up here in the Redwoods, and this year is no exception. When I hear about opening up windows to cool off the inside of the house, I get a little jealous. We started the day with our pellet stove and used the furnace off and on, and I'm down here in my shack, which is adjacent to a shop that I have a little ways from the house. And I resisted the temptation to turn on the little heater that I have here. We usually do get a little bit of warmth further on into the summer, but we joke that no one in our town has air conditioning because about the time it gets a little uncomfortable in the summer, it's getting around 4 or 5 in the evening, and all you do is open the windows, and the air conditioning is furnished courtesy of Mother Nature. So are things. I wanted also to mention that when I was last here with the net 2 weeks ago, I asked about information on alignment tools for the S-Line, and I appreciate all the good info. I ultimately bought a little packet of GC alignment tools from Antique Electronic Supply, and they just arrived today. So I brought them down to the shack with me and stuck them into my little 75S1, which is awaiting alignment, and sure enough, they work beautifully. So thanks again. This group is a wonderful resource for all things Collins, and I'm excited now to get that aligned and then get to work on my 32S1 and try to get a first generation S-Line on the air for a while. So that's what's happening up this direction. So I'll shoot it on back to Mike. Mike, you were in about an S5, but totally armchair copy because I've got an S2 noise level. But I've been noticing signals are coming up, so I hope you follow suit. So W6MVM and the group W6RBJ.
W6LBJ, W6MVM. Good to hear everybody on tonight, and thanks for the S report. You're doing S9 to 5 over S9 here on the 75S1. We're going up to a G5 RV with using a Auto Tuner 3 MFJ Auto Tuner, and to keep everything balanced, but probably don't need it, but it helps not having so much SWR on the linear. But boy, that means we got 28 knobs or something to tune to get on frequency. Anyway, that's to get this S-Line on. This S-Line is a 75S1, 32S1. I got it at the Hamfest about 3 years ago. Been using it ever since as one of the major rigs here at the ranch, and it is a beautiful rig. It was part of the Palo Alto Amateur Radio Club. Dave over there, the guy does the headsets and boom mics, restored it and had it up for sale at that, and I couldn't resist it, and my wife bought it for me. My wife, by the way, is K6IOY, Marie Ann. She's a superb CW operator, and that K6IOY was her father's call. So anyway, we're in a long line ham family here. I'm sitting in the chair of Bob K6SHF, who Marie was married to for many years. His wife and my wife died, and we got together about 5 years ago. So anyway, we're here at her ranch, and we're working on moving here permanently. I'm also working on, I've got the S3 line, my favorite line, sitting here on the floor. I got to go through it, clean up contacts on it. It has a couple of problems, one of them being the BFO quit working, but it's a great CW rig, and I love it for that. And I have the two CW mech filters in it. I got them lined in pretty good, but the BFO doesn't work. So, and I think it's that contact on the that switch that turns it on and off. I got to go through and give that a good cleaning out. So you may be hearing me next week on the S3 line rather than the S1 line. Anyway,
anyway, I'm sitting here mumbling enough. Back to you, Lisa. Good to hear you in here. KM6 QNG, I believe. QMG, W6MDM.
Why, thank you, Mike. Okay, fixed. Yeah, it's been a good week here. So we had a very busy weekend last weekend, but it was fun to visit friends, and the girls got to go shopping while the guys played radio, and now they were hard at work. So anyway, looking forward to the weekend and getting some rest. It's been a crazy, hectic, busy week this week, and especially today. Anyway, so happy to have the weekend here. Okay, with that it goes over to Mel. So WA6JBD, excuse me, from KF6QNG.
All right, thank you, Lisa. WA6JBD, Mel is Upland. Good evening, everybody. It's good to hear everybody. It's good to be heard, as they say. Running a 25S60 receiver on each of the blocks tonight out of the Gentron DCR 1200L. And it's working real good. I've actually had to throttle that back a little bit. Very enthusiastic. My amplifier is feeling it broken tonight because it hit the 0 kilowatt when I first fired it up.
You know what that
I
is?
don't like to run it that hard. Anyway, like I mentioned earlier, my big man, August 12th, I'm pulling the plug after 40 years, retiring. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I'm sitting down. I hate paperwork. I hate paperwork. Learning, filling out all the paperwork required to, activate the retirement, stuff like that. So that's been kind of fun going through. And I'm sure I'll get over myself here pretty quick. But in the meanwhile, I'm just kind of enjoying the idea of it. Signals are all over the ice here for me tonight. I was able to barely detect Mike W7MS. He's like S0, and W6RBJ was almost completely unreadable. But everybody else is S9 or better. So I'm curious what that is. I normally hear Mike pretty good, and so I'm gonna sit down tonight after the net and plot people's locations out on Google Earth and see if I can correlate the bad signals with my terrain. I'm just south of San Gabriel, Santa Monica, San Bernardino Mountains, and my view to the north and northeast and northwest is pretty well blocked by 8,000-foot mountains or higher, but usually I can hear things pretty good. So I think that's about all I have for this round, and go back to Dennis. So take it away, WA6JBD, Mel and Upland.
Oh, that's great, Mel. WA6JBD and the Collins Net, W6DQ net control here. Great round there, and I like Ron, your natural AC. Once in a while we get to do that here, not very often because usually the wind is blowing so bad you don't want to open any windows up. And when it's blowing, you don't want to open them up anyway because all it does is bring all the dust in. And you can even have the house completely sealed up and we get buried in dust. So all that fine silt that comes in from the desert is kind of miserable, but we tolerate it. It's one of the joys of living out here. Anyway, but fine business on the Antique Electronics Supply. That was a good suggestion, and glad you got your tools. So hopefully you'll get that S1 lined up, and everything will be going well there. And Mike, interesting. I think you've had your wife on here before. I think she's been on and said hi. But interesting about K6SHF. I'm curious next time around. I'm interested if he was into microwaves at all. It's an interesting call sign. I love the call sign. But I'm curious if he ever did microwave. That would be a great call sign for microwave. Mel, as Mel knows. Mel probably knows the answer to that anyway. He's been in microwave for a long, long time. And Lisa mentioning the week. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week. Actually got on the air yesterday for the first time this week. I've been working on stuff around here, which was good. I managed to work T31TT before they went off the air. I guess they went off the air today because one of the guys on the DXpedition injured his ankle, and so they shut down and they're going home. So I got him just in time. So at least I got him on one band, and I'm happy about that. Yeah, it was a nice signal too. Great, in the clear, beautiful, coming in from Central Kiribati. Yeah. And Mel, yeah, I'm just watching the spectrum display on your 32S3. That must have the 2.1K filter in it. It's really narrow. Looking at it on the spectrum display, the fan adapter. That's interesting. So I'm curious about that, if it's a 2.1, because I know that they shipped the 32S3s came with I think it was either a 2.4 or a 2.1 kilohertz filter, and I'm not sure what's in mine. Yeah, any of mine. I've got like 4 of those darn things around here. Well, 32S3A and 3 32S3s. Only one of which is on the air. Oh well, the others are not working at the moment. Got to get back to that. But August 12th is going to come very fast for you, sir. I know. All right, let me take a break, see if there's anybody else who would care to join us, and then we'll get the tail end of the list here. So this is W60Q looking for any additional check-ins for the Collins Net. Please come now.
No, I didn't lose myself.
Hearing something in there, but I think that's the East Coast or the Southeast. So not seeing anything on KFS either. So Skip, I'm going to turn it over to you, K6LGL, and you can give it back to me when you're done, and then we'll look for some more, see if we get any more check-ins or whatever at that time. Go back through the list again. So Skip, take it away. K6LGL from W6DQ.
Okay, thank you very much, Dennis. W6DQ, and also Lisa there, and Emil Kern, and K6LGL. And good evening to all the CCA net members. Good to hear you. Copied Ron, about 50% here, but Mike, remember, beautiful profile here in Santa Monica. But compared to the other signals, congratulations on the August date for retirement. You did that many, many years ago. And I'm glad I did. Give me a chance to sort of do some of the things I wanted to do. The option of moving back in if I would have a good job. And then I'm about to leave California. Yeah, I couldn't have figured that. In the northern section. All right. And yeah, you talk about the Euro protocol and your points manager. You're hitting it's very good. There's no mids or low mids in there. So, but on the other hand, it's very, very readable and very effective. Just to do that. I'm going to working the T31. Yes, glad I made it. And everybody else sounding pretty good. All in all, no problem. Mike, 77 on my side. KWAM. That's a ruggedly built tuner. You know, compared to the 660 meters compared to the Johnson milk spot. So, at a much smaller size. Okay, that's about it from here. Well, you know, we got the green gloam, the marine layer continuing here, and cooler found. Hope will continue to most of June. So, good luck in all your other projects, everybody, and thanks for taking the net, Dennis.
Skip K6LGL at the Collins Net W60Q here. Very good. Well, I'm glad that Millen tuner's turning out good for you. Yeah, I had that thing sitting around here for a long time, and it just wasn't getting used, and I figure, I should move that on to somebody else who could make use of it. And I used it. I haven't had it hooked up since I've been up here in Inyokern. We had it hooked up down in Fullerton when I lived there. And it's a nice tuner, like you say. It is built like a battleship. I really liked it, but another tuner I don't need. I got so darn many now. I've got more that I got to get rid of. They're everywhere. Anyway, yeah, I guess I was going to mention. I forgot to mention it that we got almost 1/10 of an inch here of rain on Wednesday, which is kind of unusual. And it was really coming down for a while, and no electrical activity though. Thankfully, no lightning. But I've noticed, Mike, MS, there's some lightning happening up in your area, a little north of you. I was just seeing that on the map a few minutes ago. So, wow, it's out there. And there's some up in the White Mountains I mentioned up above Bishop there to the east. So we're getting some lightning. All right, let me take a quick break again, see if anybody else has decided to join us, and otherwise we'll go up to the top of the list again. So, Skip, if you do take off, 7-3 to you, and we'll catch you next time if you're not here next time around. So, good evening to you, and let me see if there's anybody else who'd like to check in. This is W60Q Net Control for the Collins Net. Jay, we got you, NY6L. Let's give you a turn. You're right at the end of the list here, so why don't you go ahead and take it, and then we'll go through the list again. NY6L from W60Q.
Good to see you and Lisa there at George's there, and so Paul Guzman is great. So, all right, that's it. And speaking about rain, this bridge is just a little bit of rain that hardly even get any measurements at all by rain gauge. So, but it can be good to be at that on a bridge when you try to wash it off. So, good to be at W60Q, NY6LJ here.
All right, Jay, very good. NY6L W60Q. Great. Yeah, the rain is good, except here in the desert when it rains, we don't like the humidity that follows it. That's always not fun. I wanted to mention some Collins stuff. I didn't have a chance to mention this earlier. I was going to share this with Lisa and I up at the AMI. And by the way, Jay, it was good to see you there too as well. It was nice to visit with you and Juan and the wife there. That was great. And always a pleasure. And we talked a little bit about some of the stuff going on up there. But Lisa and I were staying with Mike and Angie down in Santa Barbara, and I was helping Mike with the 20V2. And it's getting closer to being fired up. We've got it partially fired up now. We've got all the low voltage going. I fabricated a sequencer for it using an Arduino, basically not an Arduino, but a one of the Atmel microcontrollers, an AT Tiny 85 microcontroller, to build a sequencer, and we got that integrated into the transmitter. And so instead of having to push on, push off to transmit, it's now a contact closure to transmit. And so we sequence through muting the receiver, switching over the antenna relay, and then turning on the high voltage with a single contact on the sequencer, and that worked out really great. So all that's really left to do is to do some alignment on the oscillator, and put some high voltage on the plates, and then put some high voltage, get the PA side going, and then put some high voltage on the modulator and get it going. So things are looking pretty good. We may have it on the air before too long. I may make another trip up there before too long. We were talking about that to go to help Mike with it, but I was really happy to see that the sequencer worked and we got all that stuff working. It was really cool. So Mike's pretty excited about it, and we just had a great time staying with them for a couple of days. It's always fun. They're a great couple. The news that came out of George and Marion's is that they probably will not host the AMI barbecue again. This is what Miss Marion was telling Lisa, that it's going to be the last year there, because it's just too much work for them, and I get it. I appreciate the fact that they've done that for so many years, and I think before George and Marion, it was Bill Feldman down here in Antelope Valley used to host the barbecue. So, well, maybe we'll have to move it down here south again to the high desert. So we'll see. Lisa and I were talking about that. So news to come on that one. Anyway, let me take another quick break, see if anybody else wants to join us, or we'll go back up to the top of the list. This is W6DQ for the Collins Net.
WA6 Juliet Kilowatt November. I'm only in here for a short time, then I got to head out.
Kilo Echo 6 Victor November Lima.
Okay, let's see. I got Kevin in there. WA6JKN. I got Jeff. KK6IRZ. And there was another station in there, and I didn't quite catch the call. You're down pretty far in the noise for me, but you want to try that again? I think it was a Kilo Echo 6 call. Go ahead.
Hi, Dennis. This is Kilo Echo 6 Victor Lima.
Got it. Okay. Kilo Echo 6 Victor Yankee Lima. Good evening, guys. And so you're on the tail end of the list. We're just down at the end here. So, Kevin, you're not going to stick around, but why don't you take a quick turn, WA6JKN, hand it over to Jeff, KK6IRZ, and then over to KE6VYL, and go ahead and give it back to me after that. So take it away, WA6JKN and the Collins Net, W6DQ.
Okay, thank you very much, Dennis. It was great seeing you down there at the AMI barbecue, and yeah, I don't blame Miriam and George there. Boy, they put in a lot of time and many years, so it's time for them to hand it off to someone else there. Maybe your place. Yeah, it did make a difference to me. Hop, skip, and a jump. I love to drive. All right, well, listen, I got to make this short. I'm in between. I just left the high school graduation. One of my granddaughters graduated. She's off to college. That's three graduations or two, I forget. I'm losing count with all these grandchildren. Anyway, we just stopped by the house to pick up some of the food and bring it over to the graduates QTH, and that's why we're here. So I thought I'd jump in and say hello, and it was great seeing you and Lisa and everybody that was there at George's. Over to you, Jeff. 73. This is my 73 round. KK6IRZ. WA6JKN is clear.
WA6JKN is the Collins group. This is KK6IRZ. Good evening, Dennis and everybody else. Kevin, and I haven't actually listened very long. I just walked out to the shack and heard everybody, so figured I would jump in and say hello, but I'm kind of in the middle of things, talking with the wife and all that, so I'm also going to do a in and out situation, I guess, although I will listen for a moment to see who else is in here, but it probably won't come back in around 2 minutes. So, just wanted to say good evening, and sounding good right at the moment, everybody I've heard so far.
KD6VYL, I think it was. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, this is Kilo Echo 6, Victor, November, Lima, KE6VNL. Name is Harrison, and I just turned the rig on here. I haven't been on for about, I guess I was on a couple of weeks ago just to say hello, and I don't know if anybody can copy this. I heard I was down in the mud. So, Dennis, I'm going to turn it over to you and tell me if anybody picked this up. Okay, KE6VNL, over to you, Dennis.
Harrison, good grief, KE6VNL. I'm sorry, I got your call sign wrong. Yeah, you're kind of weak down here, but I did copy you that time, and I pulled you up on the SDR. It's good to hear you on the air, my friend. Another brother from another mother. Wow, haven't heard you for ages, but somebody mentioned that maybe it was it was your brother mentioned that you were on the air a little while back. I talked to Sid a couple of weeks ago. So great to hear you. Hope you're doing well up there, and hopefully others have copied you. You were doing great on KFS. No problem at all copying you there. Once I unmuted the computer, but great to have you here. Nice to hear your voice. It has been a long time. So, and let me say, Kevin, good to have you. It's good to see you up at the AMI barbecue, and enjoy the graduation celebration and festivities there. And 7-3 to you as well. And Jeff, hopefully you'll be sticking around, and we'll be coming around again. I'm going to go ahead. We'll start a 7-3 round at this point. We've got a little bit of time left. So with that, I'm going to go back up to the top of the list, starting with Mike, W7MS, over to Andy, KD6TKX, over to Max, KJ6HN, and Wayne, KB60QJ, and then back to me. So take it away, Mike, W7MS from W6DQ.
Well, thank you, Dennis. W6DQ and the West Coast Collins Collectors Association at W7MS, Mike and Reno. Well, say good evening to the folks who've joined us, and if I haven't said hello to Mel, hello Mel, and Jay. Jeff is stepping out, and Kevin is signed, and Harrison is doing quite well into Reno S9. So good reception, no SDR required, so doing well. Well, a lot of comments here, but great on the AMI barbecue. The short version, and it'd be well, if it happens in Inyokern, that's very convenient for us folks that are a little farther north from AMI Central there. But looking forward to that possibly. And yeah, comments here. If anybody's curious about the N7 RCA swap meet, there's several videos up on YouTube. Up on John McGrath's YouTube channel, Wavelength Radio, or search for N9 AMI. You can find those videos and see what yours truly and all the other fellowship folks there, including Andy, were up to last Saturday, concurrent with the AMI barbecue. Also, 10-meter Yagi up in the air. Well, that reminds me that Mr. McGrath has a 10-meter operating event under the umbrella of AMI on 10 meters over the weekend. Starts at sunrise local. On 10 meters, it's an AM fellowship get-together and operating event, AMI on 10. And it's also in the latest edition of Electric Radio, and if you don't know which one it is, just look for my picture, I guess would be the way to put it. But let me see, designated operator for the water company. It sounds like designated troubleshooter and designated stress accumulator there, Max, but glad to hear that you're officially sanctified with a water treatment plant. And let me see, Ron, I'm going to give him the official gold-plated diddle stick award. Congratulations on getting the tweakers there. And that's the old-fashioned tweakers, not the modern version that you see out and about in many communities. This is the real tweakers, the ones from General Cement. And let me see here. I know I'm forgetting some topics, but there's quite a list here, and I'm going to consider this the 73 round. And with that, I'm going to listen out. I will listen out through. But over to Andy, KD6TKX, W7MS.
Okay, Mike. Thank you, W7MS and the Collins Collectors Group. This is KD6TKX, Andy at Curry Mountain. Very good. Great signals all the way around. Everyone's just blasting in, which is pretty much normal. I'm in a good spot, I think, kind of midway between a lot of stations. So it's pretty good. Hello and goodbye to those who have checked in and taken off. And let's see, a few notes here, not too many. Let's see, Max, it's funny you mentioned the S-line cables. I was with my first real Collins set that I got was an S-line, and I was a little bit head-scratching on, wonder why they did it that way. But, yeah, lots of cables. Interesting on the water drama there. And I have water drama here, but since I'm the only person that lives here, the meetings are pretty short. And although they do get hot sometimes, but, we always work it out before we adjourn. So I'm on my own water board, I guess you could say. But there is, it seems like everything about water supply really can be very dramatic. So good luck there. Wayne, good to hear you. And selling some of your stuff off, that's always a good responsible move if you feel like it's time to do it. Sometimes stuff can be more of a burden than a pleasure to have it laying around. So understand that. Ron, okay on the cooler weather there. And it's been pretty cool out here, really. So I can't complain too much. Just a little bit of humidity, so it's I'm really I grew up on the coast, so any kind of weather seems odd to me now. But boy, last summer was a roaster. We'll see what happens this time around. Mel, congratulations on retirement. I retired in 2016 at the ripe old age of 50, so it was really a sweet deal. I have so many things I like doing that retiring early was just ideal for me. And I was in a line of work where I guess they really didn't expect us to make it to 50, for one reason or another. So kind of beat the odds and made it. And when I walked out, I was still walking, so that was good. And I really haven't looked back. That was 2016. And that one weekend I retired and sold the house and moved to a new one. So nothing like a little transition smorgasbord there. But it's a great feeling. It's a great way to live. And congratulations. Skip, hello to you. Sounding good. And let's see, Harrison. Good signal here. Very loud, actually. So not sure where you're located. I'm here at Curry Mountain, which is about 100 miles southeast of Monterey. So, yeah, all the way around there. I do have a little bit of Collins, something to share. Not too exciting, but thanks to Mike at W7MS, who was super generous and sent a shock mount my way. I have a Collins RT91 ARC-2 aircraft transceiver, late World War II era, pretty much more active during the 50s. But I've had it for a while, but never had the mount. Most people don't. So now I'm one of the lucky few, thanks to Mike. And so I've been reactivating that set. It's AM and CW only, so we'll be checking into this now with it. But really nice radio. It's got the PTO, and it's got the very, very effective auto-tune mechanism, so it's a lot of fun to operate. And there's radios aplenty here at the ranch. It's been every once in a while, it's like it rains radios here, so that's what's been kind of going on this week. So that's always great, and I got stuff to work on and things to fiddle with. So I'm very happy here in this stage of my life to pursue my hobbies, and we also had a great time at the RCA swap. Really enjoyed it. So with that, I'll say my 73s. I'll be listening all the way through, but I guess this will be it for me for transmitting. Out to you, Max. KJ6HN. How's the water drama? KD6TKX.
Okay, Andy. Good transmission. KJ6HN here with the group, and yeah, so this is the 70C round, so I won't go on and on, but Andy, yeah, you mentioned about water, and living out here in the high lonesome desert at 5,000 feet, I can only say that out here where there's water, there's life, and if there's no water, there's very little life other than the scrub brush that grows here and there. So it's a critical component of the small town we have here to keep the water system going, coming from a spring about 7 miles away, flowing by gravity into our receiving tank. And a lot of problems over the last 4 years. I think I've mentioned it before, so I won't go into that again. But anyway, yeah, the water is critical out here in the desert. Let's see, and Mel, WA6JBD, retirement. Oh my goodness. In my opinion, retirement is vastly underrated. I retired from the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power in April 1st, 2017, April Fool's Day. And so I've been retired for, now I'm in my 6th year of retirement, and it has been so much fun just to do what I want, when I want, take a nap, go out shopping, or whatever it is I want to do. You too will be retired when you go through all the paperwork and whatever. I had to go through a lot of paperwork with the Department of Water and Power and take a pre-retirement class and all that stuff, where in that pre-retirement class I learned that I had been managing my finances pretty much on track. And not only that, but there are a whole bunch of people, the retirement plan people, the deferred compensation people, the health department people, but more importantly, the psychiatrist who gave a lecture on basically focusing on, if you don't have any hobbies going in your life, you better get some. Because the statistics show that people who retire that don't have any hobbies, that, you know, for example, sit on their butt watching television all day, don't live very long after they retire. And after going through the psychiatrist flip chart demonstrations, I thought, well, I think I've got too many hobbies. I've got ham radio, I've got playing folk music with friends, I've got photography, and I've got other stuff going on. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about being that kind of statistic. So anyway, that's all I want to say. 73 to everybody. Great chatting on the Friday Night Collins Collectors Association net, as usual. And I'm going to listen out for a little while, but I have a neighbor that just dropped in, and so I need to get with her. So 73 everybody. We'll talk later next Friday. KJ6HN in the group, and over to back to Wayne, KB60QJ from KJ6HN.
Okay, thanks, Max. Yeah, the band conditions seem to improve quite a bit at top of the turnpike. Pretty darn easy to rent, so it turns out to be a pretty good net, and especially with our additional section. So, everybody, I don't have a whole lot to add to it. Dennis, thanks for taking the net, and, just have a good weekend, and I'll listen out. Pretty cool, everybody. So, last time I think went over to Ron. I'll do that again. W6RBJ, W6OQJ.
Comes back to Wayne. KB60QJ, W6RBJ. Oh, I dropped the mic gain down a little bit there, sorry. Everything has been coming up on at my end, some very nice increases in signal strength. I wanted to mention, Harrison, you were in here at a solid S8 when you came in for your transmission, so if you're still listening, you're getting up into the Redwood country just fine. I did not mention at the beginning that I am running my S3 line tonight, and that's why I'm kind of excited about getting the S1 line back up on the air. It'd be kind of fun to have a couple of generations here. So, I don't have much more to add, so I'll keep it going. I think, I'm not quite sure if Dennis wanted to just crash right through or not. So I don't know if it goes to Mike or back to Dennis. So at the risk of making a mistake, I'll toss it back to you, Dennis, and you can instruct everyone how you want to run the 73 route. But for me, 73 is all around, and I look forward to chatting next week. W6RBJ, back to net control.
Okay, Ron. That works. No worries. W6RBJ and the Collinsnet, W60Q here. So, signals, as Wayne mentioned, good all the way around, and good on the S-line. The S3 line, I kind of figured that's what you were running since you have the S1 line on the bench. But everybody's sounding great. Mike, I'm going to check out the videos from the RCA event there. That sounds like fun. And I think Lisa and I. Oh, looks like Wayne checked out. He got a phone call, so he clicked out of. I missed that. He clicked out of Zoom. Lisa and I talked about maybe suggesting we host the AMI barbecue here next year. That would be fun, and we want to do the vintage sideband barbecue here in the spring next year. That's our hope. So we'll go ahead and sign up for both of those. So anyway, I talked to Mike ZSR about the vintage sideband barbecue when we were up there. So anyway, okay guys, looking good here. Let's see, let me go to the next group, and that'll be, let's see, I'll do the next group. We'll have Mike, W6MVM, Lisa, KF6QNG, Mel, WA6JBD, and go ahead, Mel, give it to Skip, K6LGL, we'll do that way, and then Skip, go ahead and give it back to me. So, wait a minute, Skip, you were going to check out, hopefully, if you're still there, jump in. If not, I'll just pick it up again. So, I don't know if you're still, you said you were going to listen out. I don't know if you're there or not. I forgot that you were going to check out. So, Mike, over to you. W6MVM from W6DQ, Net Control. It's all yours.
W6DQ, W6MVM. Great. Really good net tonight, Dennis. Thanks. We're having a great time here on the ranch at Marianne's. I just also wanted to mention we are doing field day here at the ranch. PCARES, which is Tuolumne County Amateur Radio Electronic and Society is doing they're doing two events. We're doing the Groveland Grind, which is a bicycle event on field day, unfortunately, and we're also doing, for us old folks who don't have that many field days to go, we're doing a field day at the ranch here, and K6TUO for Tuolumne County, and look for us, and it's going to be fun. And Bob, W6SHF, by the way, I was going to mention it, he was not much into microwave. He was a digital telephone engineer, worked for AT&T, putting in T1 and T3, and very good at that kind of stuff. I know because I worked in that kind of area too, and I was on MPEG and video conferencing and things like that. I founded one of the video conferencing companies. Anyway, founded other things too. One of the more interesting things was I worked for Westinghouse on BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit. Down there, everybody's ridden it, and you're riding on my designs. I did those 45 years ago, and had a great time with them, and they still work great. But my wife, Brienne, K6IOI, her son is the engineering manager at BART in charge of replacing all of the designs I did 45 years ago. And he sends me pictures when he carts some of it out. Anyway, he's of the opinion they work great, except 45 years later, you can't get the parts to repair them. So he's been replacing them with modern computer control equipment designed to operate exactly the same way as the stuff we did 45 years ago. Anyway, I'm honored by that, very honored by that, and the fact that the algorithms still work, and I'm surprised they didn't change them 20 or 30 years ago, but they did. Anyway, enough of that, and 73, everybody. I'm going to say 73 and pass it on to Lisa, KM6. coming up.
Okay, thank you, Mike. And thank you, Dennis, for running the net this evening and wading through the traffic and keeping everybody on